So welcome to the part 2 of Never Would Have Made It. So we are continuing from where Marvin Sapp came in with I'm Stronger, I'm Wiser, I'm Better, where the drama also came in, right? So that was where the full song itself began. And it goes like this. That's where the chorus starts, right? Yeah, so that's when I come to take a look at. Now, if you haven't watched the part 1 dealt with the intro. Yes, everything about the intro. So if you haven't watched that one, I've left the link down in the description below. Yeah, you can watch that one before you come and watch this one, and you will really appreciate what I'm talking about. Okay, so now let's continue. So I'm Strongest on the 1. This song is basically a 2-5-1 song or a 7-3-6 song. Like it's the progressions are really built on 2 5s. Okay, so I'm Stronger goes to 1, then to the 7. So let's take a look at the 7. This is a very simple 7 chord. Now remember that we are in the key of C. Okay, so on the 7 I have the B on my left hand, and then on my right hand I have the F sharp or G flat, and then I have the A and then the D. Yeah, this is a 7 chord. Okay, so 1 to your 7. Then you can play this on your 3 notes or even the flat 6. Yeah, so choose whichever you want, the 3 or the flat 6. So what I have on my left hand is the E, A flat, and then B. And then what I have on my right hand is the D, F, A flat, then B. So these 2 chords look very similar, but they are not the same, right? Yeah, over the 3 bass notes, over the A flat or G sharp bass notes. Then to your 6. Now what I have on the 6 is what? The 3, 6, 1, and then I have the 3, 5, 6, 1. Now if these are too much for you, you can just do this. And then this prominent feel that you hear, or this prominent expression that you hear a lot in the song is this. Like you would hear it a number of times in the song, and I really love this because I normally play this as my 2, especially when I want to do a 2-5. So this always helps as a 2. This whole expression. So before the 5 to the 1, you come to the 4. Yeah, so you can use it as a 2-5-1-4 progression, right? So let's take a look at it. Basically, this is the chord. But you see, intelligence was being displayed here. So before he got to this note, he played so it starts on the E, F to the F sharp, and then he came back to the A flat, G, F sharp. So take a look at the expression very well. Okay, and then this is what I will do. This is what is happening on the right hand. Right, and this goes with the A flat to the G to the F sharp movement, which is which means that this is on its own. This expression is on its own. So you first of all play the E to the F sharp, then you come to the A flat, and then you assign a chord to each of the notes. So on the A flat flat, we have on my right hand we have the D, F sharp, and then the B, right? For the A flat, and then you drop them down by a semitone. That's all. That's the trick. Drop everything down by a semitone. So when you drop this one down by a semitone, then you get what? Your C sharp, F, B flat, and then you drop it down by another semitone. Then you get what? C, E, A. Okay, so yeah. So this is the actual expression. But he did. Okay, and let me tell you, this and this is over the 2 bass notes. So if you get the opportunity to use it on your tool, you will really appreciate how wonderful this sound is. Okay, and then to the 5. Now there are lots of 5s that you can use for this song. So like I said, this song is basically a 2-5-1 song. So on the 5, we can play this on the 5. What you can play so on the 5, what you can play on my left hand is the F, A, B flat, and then the D. And over this expression, the F and the A. Yeah, this is a very simple chord, very simple. But you can clearly see that I did the grace notes from the G to the A, right? Can we do this? Or so, and this one also brings a unique feel to this chord. Okay, so now take note, these chords are repeated severally in the song. So then now we can do this as a 1. So we have done our 2 to the 5, then to the 1. So this is what you have on the 1. This is the C tritone. The 1 is C, right? So you have the C tritone. So I have the C tritone on my left hand, which is the E, and the B flat, or the 3 flat 7. And then on my right hand, I have the 3, 6, 2, which is the E, A, and then D. A very simple chord as well. So 5, 5, 1. And then he did this lick on the 4. Yeah, so you can add this to your arsenal of licks. So, sorry. Yeah, so basically, let's take a look at the left hand first. I just have the F major 7th chord, which is the F, A, C, E as your 4. You can even play this alone as your 4, right? But imagine you play this chord with your left hand, and then you come and do this lick. Then it sounds more rich and more professional. So the lick I have on my right hand to accompany this 4 is very simple. It's the F to the G, right? Then you do a grace note from the D down to the E, from the D up to the E, right? So then come back to the E flat. You come up to E flat to the D to the C. So it's, but then you have to do it very fast to fit the tempo of the song. So the 4, okay. And you can come and even play the F major chord itself as well. Yeah. So and then from the 4 it goes to the 3 before it comes to the 6. Yeah, so for the 3, on the 3 we have, and I really love this chord very much, especially with what he did on the left hand. Okay, so what I have on my left hand is the D and the A flat, 7 as what? The tritone for the E, and then I have the C major chord on my right hand. So this is how I will play it. But then, because of this work, sometimes I prefer to play the A flat note with my thumb so that the left hand can be free to do this. Okay. So it goes like 5, 1, 4, then 2 or 3. basically, if you know that you're on the 3, then it's most likely that you go to the 6. Now on the 6 we have this. Yeah, so it's a 6 flat 5 5. Sorry, 6 flat 6 5 flat 5. Right? Yeah. So on the 6 we have the 1 or the C, E, and the A notes. Okay, over the 6 bass notes. This one we are not doing anything special on our left hand, just a 6. But here is where things start becoming interesting. So on the flat 6, I have the flat 6 and the 7, or the A flat and the D, and then I have the D, F, A flat, B. So we have so we have already dealt with this chord on the 6. On the 6, this is the chord we have. We have already played this chord, right? The 3 6 1 with the 3 5 6 1. So we go like, we have already done this. Then you play this. So these are just 2 notes, the D and the E, right? And then come and play your flat 5. Now what I have on the flat 5 on my left hand is the F sharp and C, and what I have on my right hand is E, A, and then D. So okay, now what you can do on the right hand is to also play it in this way by using the F sharp instead of the E. You can also substitute the E with the F sharp. They all sound nice. I like both of them. So listen to this one, then listen to this. Okay. So if you combine everything that we have done so far, then it will be stronger. So from this flat 5, the chord I would like you to play on the 5 is this, the F minor. It's an F minor chord with a 6th added. Okay, so we have, now I'm repeating the chord on both hands. So I have the F, A flat, and D. Play the same thing on your right hand. Now this is over the G bass note, which is your 5. Okay, so let's explore another 736 that was used in the song. Yeah, okay, so let's explore another 736 that was used. A Rootless version of a 736. So this is it. So take a look at it. On my left hand, I have this complex voicing going on my left hand, which is the E flat, A, and then D. That's your 7. Now you can even do this alone. See here? See? And it's already full by itself. So imagine I play this voicing as my 7 on my left hand. Then I can do an extra thing with my right hand, which is okay. So on my right hand, I just have the D minor chord, okay, which is the A, D, and then F. Yeah. So this whole chord is over 7 bass notes, and then now come to a 3. So what I have on the 3 is what? Take a look at my left hand. I have the 2 on the D, A flat, and C. And then what I have on my right hand is a C major chord. C major chord. Okay, so a D minor chord to a C major chord on my right hand. So 7, 3. So now we have done this 3 already. So we can play a double 3 over here. So we do this one as well. 2 to 6. We have done this one. So it will sound like this. So the never would have made it. We have 1. I come to a 7, 7, 3, then 6. Then we do our nice movement there. To the 2, right? Then 5. Then 4. Now we know all these things. Then come and do our 3. This 3 is also very constant in the song. Then we come to so this is a very popular work in gospel music to the 2, which is. So let's take a look at it. Now this is how I'll break it down for this lesson. On my left hand I have the 6 and the flat 2, which is the A and then the C sharp. On my right hand I have the A major chord. Okay. The next one is on the 7, which is what? The B, D, and then I have the F diminished 7th chord, which is the F, A flat, B, D. This is over the 7. So the first one is over the 6. This one is over the 7. Then the next one is over the flat 2. Okay. Now you can also play this flat 2 chord over your 6. And it works. So what I have on the flat 2 is the A, C sharp, and E. Over the G diminished 7th chord, which is the G, B flat, C sharp, E. So anytime you want to go to a 2 in the key of C, you can use this as your flat 2. Then go to your 3. Sorry, go to your 2, the actual 2 itself, which is. But normally from the flat 2, you see this G notes here, that is free. So I will do. Then I will play the G note lastly. Okay. And still maintaining our diminished 7th chord, our flat 2 chord, before I go to the 2 itself. So this adds an extra chord to the expression that you are doing. So you have okay. So try it. So the 2, then 3. Now you can play this chord over 3. On my left hand, I have a minor 7th chord there, an E minor 7th chord there. So I have the E, G, B, D. Over a C major chord as your 3. There are a lot of chords in this lesson, trust me. So as your 2, then your 3, then your 4, then 6, 7, 1, so on. This is a 4, then 6. Now, if we don't want to do it as a rootless voice, then we can do. We already know the 6 already, so we play our 6, right? Then the 7. So let me take it again. We do 2, 3, then 4. Then we come to the 7, 6, 7, 1. So on the 6 we have already done this chord as a 6, and then the 7. This is what I have on the 7. A very beautiful 7 chord. So I have the tritone for the 7. The 7 is the B, right? So I have the B tritone here, which is the 3rd and the flat 7 of B. And then I have the G major chord on my right hand, which is the D, G, B, D. Okay. Yeah, so we know this is our 7, 6 already. We know this 6 already. Then we do our 7. So then the whole cycle repeats again. Then Now sometimes sometimes the progression wouldn't go like, but it will go like a, we have already done this one as well. So even I was confused when I was playing the cover. Like if you have watched the cover, at a point I was contemplating which one is which. Is it this one or is it this one? Yeah. So now we know the two. You have to listen to the song very well, see which comes first, and then where this one lies and where that one lies. Okay. And then you apply them in the song. Yeah. So even if you don't have the song on your phone or your laptop, never would have made it. It's on YouTube. You can easily search for it. Yes. So this sums up the whole song. Now there's this interesting lick in the song that I would like us to take a look at, which is when the hype ended. We treated these chords in the part one of this year. Then I'm sure I came in and there was something like, this expression. This expression is very unique. I think apart from Never would have made it, I haven't heard this expression even being used as a 736 anywhere again. This is so unique to this song. So let's just take a look at that part, and then I think we are good for this song. So and I'm stronger. Now instead of playing the 7 3, he did. So on my left hand I have it's a chromatic walk that starts from the 5 from your G, then down to the E flat. Okay, so yeah, so take note of that. And then the moment he ended on the E flat, the right hand also started. So on the right hand I have, it's more like a quarter, right? So A, D, G, then he came to the F, E, then E flat to the D. So this is not a pure chromatic walk. You skipped the F sharp notes, and so from the G to the F. So from the F, it's a chromatic down to the D. So now if you take a look at it very well, you form this chord. This chord that we played on our left hand, right? Yeah, so it was an expression to actually create this chord as your 7. So, sorry. See, it's an expression to create this 7. Then we have some diminished movements over there, which is, so the first movement. Well, I prefer to play it like this as a drop 2, some diminished drop 2 movement. So I have the flat 6 on my left hand, and then I have the D, B, which is a 2/7 on my right hand. Okay. And then the next progression will be on the B. So I have the B as my 7, and then F, D, right? So. Third expression, I have the D. This time I have the A flat and then F. Now, with this being said, you can still turn them into full diminished 7 chords by attaching the middle notes. That will make it a diminished 7 chord to it. So, okay, but I prefer to do it this way. So from here, you just play these 2 notes, which is the E, D, and then you do this expression on the 6, which is, so the 6 on my left hand is what? Is the G, B, C, and E. But the expression on my right hand is, so you have the E and then the D. Then, actually it's this, it's the B and the D, but we did some, now take a look at the expression on my right hand. It's just a B and a D, through the A and the C, but how it was done is what you have to focus on. So we didn't just play the B, but the notes was rolled from A up to the B, or there was this grace note. So A, B flat, and then the B itself. So it's like, now if I should do it slowly and I should show you my finger positions, then it would be I start with my index finger on the A. So I technically have the A and then the D, right? Then this long finger will play the B flat and then slide it down to the B. So but I have to do it very fast. So, and then the index finger and then this ring finger will play the A and the C. Then you are good to go. So try it slowly. So the whole expression is if I'm able to do this, it will be very nice as your 6, right? So from here, and the song continues. It's basically the same. We should explore different varieties of 2/5s and 7/36 in this song. We will never finish this lesson, but I believe we have done a lot that you have to sit down and then take a look at. And I wish at the end of this lesson you'll be able to play the song like I did in the cover and then flow with it, especially if I've watched the part 1 and this one. Yes, so with all this being said, thank you for staying with me in this lesson. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because more interesting lessons are coming up, and I hope you make God proud with these chords that we have learned. So stay tuned for the next lesson. God richly bless you.